Hello everyone, and thank you, Dr. Rerum. And thank you everyone, it's an honor to be here in your presence. So a little bit about me. I am a mother of a 12-year-old boy with autism, and I'm also an occupational therapist of 23 years, specializing in adult neurology and pediatrics and autism. Although many have gone before us into recovery, we know there are so many more children who will be or have been left behind. As an occupational therapist, I see a lot of kids with autism, and it is a fine line that I walk being the mother on this journey along with being the child's clinician. So not every parent is willing to see the healing that needs to be done internally before we can get any sensory diet to be successful. It's a much harder road to travel to be open and willing to do the work of detoxifying the body, all the while applying home programs and sensory protocols that will satisfy the child's sensory appetite. Without a doubt, I believe my purpose on this journey is to pave the way for those seeking help who want their children to get better, who want to heal, and for many will lose their diagnosis of autism. So 3 years old, my son Ben was diagnosed with autism, and he was slipping away from us. And we had two choices. We could either take the road filled with hope, or we could take the road of no hope. He was locked inside. He had a loss of language, poor eye contact, eczema, explosive diarrhea, continual motion, isolation, verbal and physical stereotypy, and rigid behaviors. In 2007, we met our hero. I was at my first Defeat Autism Now conference in Anaheim, and I got to meet this guy, Dr. Jeff Bradstreet. He taught us how to heal the gut and how to heal the brain. They work together. Strict diet, antibiotics, probiotics, antifungals, N-acetylcysteine, glutathione IV, HBOT, you name it, we did it. Therapy with ABA, and we continued all these treatments for 3 years, 2007 to 2010. Okay, the next chapter takes us from 2010 to 2014. Again, strict diet, probiotics, standard therapies. And then Dr. Bradstreet recommended we try CBD oil. I tried it for a while, and his gut still kept getting worse. So that's when we tried a fecal material transplant. Ben was one of the best responders. He did very well with Dr. Adams at Arizona State University. We were very pleased, but unfortunately the bad microbes kept coming back, and I didn't know how to feed the good microbes and how to help him heal. Well, science can only go so far, and then comes God. Within the past 3 months, I've had a series of divine appointments. The first one was very powerful. It was on February 21st of this year. I was in an OT conference where my friend Brian there just happened to mention autism and vaccines. I hadn't even met him before that day, and that led to a conversation about Dr. Bradstreet. I didn't know. I wept immediately. I had to excuse myself from the conference, and that led to endless nights of reading and research of what had occurred. Exhausted, I fell to the ground and prayed with my face to the earth that God would send me a doctor who would be willing to show me the way, who would pick up the torch so brightly lit by Dr. Bradstreet, not just for me, not just for my son, but for many others who would follow. In a very short time, he answered my prayer in the highest form. He sent me Dr. Ruggiero, and also Dr. Peccini, Dr. Antonucci, and Dr. Reinwald. They came in a package. I quickly learned these, for me, they're my little package. I learned quickly that these doctors were at the top of their field, and I was encouraged to know how closely they worked with Dr. Bradstreet and for autism. So for such a time as this is our timeline. February 28th, ketogenic diet. March 1st, Bravo yogurt. In just 3 days on those two things, we noticed increased eye contact. He was calmer. He would sit quietly for a TV show, which was out of the norm for him. In just 1 week, he was no longer wetting the bed. His belly bloating was gone. He was sleeping through the night, sitting still for meals, seeking out other activities, playing outside with other kids, and moving through his morning routine with just one verbal prompt. My husband and I were amazed. March 28th, introducing Rerum. The very next day, his speech therapist reported absolutely no need for redirection. He was calm, focused, increased social interaction with other kids, hand flapping was gone, no visual stimming, had markedly increased core strength, and will now jump on a trampoline the way a typical child does. So these are the beautiful things we are seeing with our wonderful son. Improved reading skill, new language, generating his own ideas, relaxed and calm, no more bedwetting, improved social interaction, initiating his own responsibilities, and articulation of internal healing. So my mantra for the past 9 years has been faith, hope, recovery. I'm adding in the knowledge piece, so it's now faith, hope, knowledge, recovery. Recovery is what we're seeing happening before our eyes every day. Each and every day, Ben does something a little bit different, a little bit more typical. Just yesterday, I received a text from my therapy worker that says, Ben's friend asked, where is Heidi? Ben chimed in, yeah, where is Heidi? The therapist asked Ben, who is Heidi? And Ben replied, she is my angel. She is my mom. And then the text read on to say, this was the cutest thing I've ever heard him say, and it made me tear up. He is so happy and full of life. So I'm here to tell you today, your child is your science. Study him or her. Work on getting really good at observation. Get used to taking data. Keep a journal. There is no time to waste, so make most of every moment. I also have to remind myself daily that Ben has been assigned to me. He has been entrusted to me. As his mother, I believe the almighty physician has chosen to heal him of autism. The entire course of my life has shifted in such a way in the past 3 months that this could only be from a divine source. This world is corrupt, and the powers that be want to stop us from shouting from the rooftops what we know to be true. And that is, we have what I like to call the recovery protocol. Number 1, ketogenic diet. 2, Bravo probiotic yogurt. And number 3, Rerum. Rerum is the evolution of GC math and is exactly what our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Bradstreet, asked for. He would have wanted us to use it. He would have wanted whoever is hearing this now to use it. I believe angels exist in the form of people, and he was one of them. He was one of them for you, and for me, and for all children with autism. He was one of the greatest physicians and teachers of our time, and I am grateful to have known and learned from him. Each one of us stands on the shoulders of our teachers. They lift us up so we can see beyond the ordinary. They raise us up so we have the strength and courage to do what we never thought possible. In conclusion, I must say that Ben has been and is my greatest teacher on the journey. He has taught me more than I have ever learned in college or from any professor. He has made me a better person in every aspect of my life, and for that I am grateful. So the last line on this slide reads, he is able to articulate internal healing, which to me and my husband is an absolute miracle. When I asked Ben, what is happening to the autism? On his own, he replies, it is leaving my body. Or he will say, in a full sentence, the autism is going away. So for such a time as this, the time is now. It is here. So 2 roads diverged in a wood, and we took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Thank you.
thank you so much. We are running over time. I think we are already late. So, Heidi and myself, and Dr. Reinwald, Dr. Nucci will be here until Sunday afternoon. So it's my pleasure to invite my good friend Judy to the